live now is recording. Just double check if you can see the screen. Everything works. Can you see the screen, guys? Perfect. Great. So what happened in the morning, guys? You already know. You already talked about that trap is being taken out. That's perfect. On the weekly time frame, you have a break of structure to the upside, so I don't expect the market drops too much. All right, I expect the market is being bullish all the week from today. Of course, you're gonna have some retracements to the downside, but yeah, you're gonna end. I believe you're gonna end the week on the top of some levels here. You're gonna be bullish. I believe that. This is why I can see. Okay, so daily the same, perfect. Just keep break structures. That's amazing. So another confirmation for the bullishness that you expect to happen. So for the week, I expect the market is bullish. Okay, for the rest of the week, from today until Friday, I expect the market bullish. It doesn't mean I have only to buy. I can sell because we are intraday traders. Okay. You have a few levels that the market can respect and start the pullback. Okay, so let's go to the 4 hour and have a look at some of that levels. So clear, as you can see, you have this trend line here. That's when most of people already been interested in being swept out. That's the trap we talked about this morning. Also, this will be your pool of liquidity. The market already give intention to a rejection, so it can invite people to start selling, and most of them want to target this gap in the Asian low, and I don't believe it's gonna happen today, but let's see. Okay, so next thing you have close to us, that rejection block here. One of is not here yet. It's already posted on the ARX Premium shot about that rejection block. She waiting for that, and that's amazing. The only thing you need to careful is if the market are bullish, it don't get in straight away. You need confirmation. That's the most important thing. You only get in with sell limit or buy limit when you are in the direction of the market. Otherwise, you don't do it. Okay, you need to wait for confirmation. So this is the kind of levels the market can tap into and give some reaction to the downside. Also, if you mark up on the line chart, you can see levels when the market can pull back to, and one of them is going to be this one. Okay, that's going to be this one, because that's where the market break structure is a support or resistance, whatever you want to call, but it's not a box, it's just a line. You need it, you don't need all the box. Okay, so you're going to use the same rejection block, that break structure that trap the people to trade into. That was the trap, because the market turns bullish in the weekly, you are bullish. On the daily or on the 4 hour, the market, the counter trend bearish turns bullish, so it does. The people expect to keep selling on this, but that not happen because the market already turns bullish, and the bullishness will continue. Sorry, guys. So see, this is the level you can have a look. If you get in the lower time frame a confirmation, you can start buying again. Okay, the same as this level. You can sell to that levels, yes, if you got a confirmation. If you don't get it, it's not valid. Okay, if the market play all day now around here, between these two levels, no trade for us. Alright, it is what it is. So I expect for the rest of the week the market go bullish, but at the meantime it can keep selling and buy wherever. Depends on the Asia. If you go to the 50 minutes, I don't believe the Asian has been taken out. It can be, okay. Another thing I want you to notice, as that level in markup here on the 4-hour line chart is just below where the most people are interested to keep buying, and I'm going to show you is below the order block. All right, and also if we draw, let me see where it is, and probably something like this. Let me see. There we go. So that trend line is gonna match with this order block. So most people are interested to buy just here. Stop loss is gonna be below this level. So what he expected for New York doing is swap that level out. If you get a swap that level and a confirmation to the upside, something like this, now we can buy secure to swap that level here. Okay, if that makes sense, guys. Just tap once or two or do whatever, do something. Thank you, just to make sure we are in the same page. So trap is built again, the same is built in here, the same here, it's no different, it always be the same. So for most of people already wants to sell because you see this breakout structure there, some minor breakout structure, but if you go to the 5 minutes you will see a bigger breakout structure, but it doesn't count for us because it doesn't make sense on your higher time frame analyzing. It doesn't make sense to trust on the 5 minutes or 1 minute or whatever time frame it is. So you need to follow always the same time frame. So he trusts on the weekly, daily, 4 hour. Okay, 1 hour is good for getting into a trade to do some refinements, and refine 30 minutes and refinements in 50 minutes, a little refinements, but you need to go with the weekly, daily direction, because if you go that, you avoid a lot of bad trades and your win rate is going to be much higher. All right, you're not going to trade probably every day, you don't, but if you think, you don't need it. All right, you don't need it, to be honest. If you take one trade a day and you catch one move like that, I'll show you. If you catch one move like that and you target here, our stop loss is 5 pips, is 1 to 23. So basically, let's talk about percentage. If you have a 100 key account, the same to be a round number, if you risk 1%, it's going to be 20,000 one trade one day. So you don't need to trade the rest of the week. All right, so just keep your profits. That's the only way you can withdraw, you can get to the payouts, save your profits. Every time you get into a market, you put your capital at risk. So as soon as you have a good profits, you never risk more than you already win. So that's the only way you can get to the payout. Otherwise, you still go around, and this never happen. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's a good level for us to thinking about buying, but you need to see liquidity sweep here. You need to see the market sweep that level, and at least, let me put this red, at least take this stop losses below this order block on 5 minutes. Great. This is going to be your support resistance level as well. This is a trend line liquidity. A lot of people like to break out, retest, and keep going, But as you know, the market don't run like this. You need to swap to break, so that's a confirm of the trend. Otherwise it's just build more liquidity. Yeah, so you expect the week being bullish, so you're trying to buy every single Asia until you get to Friday. Otherwise, if the market really want to change back to bearish, you need to see on the higher time frame a confirmation of the downtrend, another strong high. So if you get that in, but have to be in this level, even if it happens here, even if it happens something like this here, without take that liquidity, it doesn't count, because for the market to move, give a nice move to the downside, it should swap liquidity. Liquidity is the full of the market. Okay, so you can see that in every single move. For the market move higher, have to swap. So yeah, have to swap to move higher and keep going like that. So here it is not gonna be different. Let's see, something wrong. Where are you going? Why are you here? Come on. Go back to your place. There you go. Now you are good. So, as you have liquidity above in a good spot, this is a 4-hour rejection block. Let's 1 hour to see, just to give some refine. If we sweep, let's go weekly. That's the weekly high here, just there. It's been swept. That's a good point of liquidity. It is. Okay, that's a strong one. Strong liquidity is the weekly, yeah. But let's see, monthly. It's not happen, nothing in monthly. So this is the level of the monthly time frame. That should be, the weekly should tap into that level. But it's okay, it can just drop from here. I don't believe it's gonna happen, even if it's a weekly, because it was a liquidity, it still left the price open. So let's try to draw a box here. Between the open of this candle, just here to that level, look, all this price still open. Okay, that should be tapped into. And if you see that, the weekly, even if you swap the high, it doesn't mean nothing, because it still don't break anything. Okay, still bullish. So if you align, like, let's see, this is a weekly and a weekly candle. Let's see, this is a weekly candle, something like that. Perfect. But the market are, oh, come on, there we go, the market are bullish. Okay, and then create that candle like this, something like this, and this is the weekly candle. So the liquidity of the weekly candle or the daily candle or whatever candle it is in time frame, that's a good question, because you can explain that the easy way. The most important liquidity on the bullish market, even on the weekly, is going to be the lower, because if the market are bullish, you want to swap liquidity to the downside and push higher to continue to go up, if that makes sense. Because if are bullish, the high should be break. The market can respect the high, because if the market are bullish, it should break the high and swap liquidity on the lower. So something like that. Okay, you got it. Okay, so great. So in the bullish market, the highs have to be taken out, otherwise it's not bullish. It's just consolidating or something like that. Okay, so let's go back to the 4 hour. Let me see if I found some examples here to show you what I'm talking about. Something like, you have a good example here, but it's not the previous day, but wait a second. It's not a previous day, but it was a previous week. As you can see, it's swept to the downside, but the market are bullish. So that swap, that means for us, if that makes sense. Swept the high in the bullish market, that's completely normal. That's what you expect. That should be your targets. Yeah, I hope that's clear. And you go get into deeper on that on our next live. So for this candle turns into a rejection block, have to give a nice drop to the downside. Something like a rejection block. A rejection block. That candle should be a nice move. This candle should close like something around here, at least more than 50%. That's why you can see it doesn't work. Exactly. You got it. Great, great. I like you. You're really doing great. You start getting the points. That's very important. That's very important. That's very important. So yeah, you expect to see some reaction this level. This level should be taken out. Most people are interested to buy from here, and that makes sense. Is break the trend line, break structure, break everything to the upside. That as you expect the daily create a strong high, a strong low. Sorry. So most of the people who are interested to the market drops, taps into again, it keep pushing high. So this is a very clear order block on the 50-minute. That's when the people interested to trade the 50 minutes, 5 minutes, all of that stuff. So you don't get trades like that. You expect the market swept that level first. If the market swept that level first, it's a good for us. The same happened here inside Asia. Let me take Asia out so it doesn't make confuse. There you go. There's something happens just here. The market, this is inversion. The market push higher, break structure. Perfect. On the 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour. 1 hour is the best option. You have this order block here. 30 minutes order block is going to be support resistance on this level, because the people don't see anything else as this level, because you get this move to the downside. So as you get this move to the downside, you never expect the market will give this push to the upside right now. You don't expect. No one is. Alright? So you see the market. The only way you can expect that happen if you follow the higher time frame. That's the only way you can know. If you keep following structure in the low time frame, you keep getting lost. You're gonna make it confused. There's a lot of noise. Nice order block, nice swap of liquidity. Everything here, it just tap into you. you get some profits, and then another swap liquidity before the breakout, and then look the move when you are aligning with the higher time frame. And that was a nice trap because all people expect the market swap that gap here. That's a great trap that people expect that gap be taken out. But if you come to the a little bit to the past, let's go to the 1 hour to be faster. You can see here as well the gap. The gap does you know the market will be attracted to that level. You know that, but you don't know when. And as you can see, just here, it was Friday. The market opens on Sunday night, and then you only come back here on the next Wednesday. Okay, so it's take a few days to come to consume that level before dropping. So if the market creates a gap, sometimes it comes straight away before move to the upside, just clear that gap and push away. That's great. But when it's left like that, it's going to be a future target for sure. This is going to be swept at some point, but it doesn't mean it have to be today or tomorrow or even Friday. It's going to be at some point, and that gap is going to be there. And also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just here. There we go. So just to make sure you get notification when this happened. So just give me 1 second. Why is that? Okay, so perfect. So any questions before we continue? No questions? Great. Great. So you expect the market push here the same level as everyone are looking for, You have two options here. The market can drop to swap that level, or the market can just don't even tap into that level. Go before taps into that level. That can happen as well. And that if it's that happen, it's gonna be here. It's going to be here if it's that happen. So you have a few liquidities below, so that means the market wants to go up, wants to push down, but if the market can take this out and see order spending here, it doesn't gonna open. Okay, so but if the market wants liquidity to push high, it's gonna open and close at the same time. It's gonna open and close. So it's gonna open the trades, you're gonna invite more trades. Remember, this is a bill of liquidity, then stop them out and can move once again. Okay, so this is what you expected to happen today. And remember, for the rest of the week, you expect the market bullish as you have a weekly break-off structure to the upside. It's been clear, guys. Any questions or whatever? Perfect. So yeah, guys, I think is enough for us today. You will be tomorrow again for premium live session. Same time, same place. You're welcome, Johnny. You're welcome. I'm always be here every single day. Monday to Friday, you're gonna listen my voice. Even if you not join, I will record it. You're welcome, guys. Let me stop recording this. No.